What up, world? Waxvillain, Seattle, Washington. Welcome to What's in My Mailbox, the unboxing. Happy Friday. We got a real one today. Right here, there's the box. We're going to be talking about Wax Thematic records. And this is a really cool unboxing for me, and I'm going to tell you why. A couple reasons. First off, I love supporting music from my hometown, Seattle, Washington. I've been living out here, I want to say, since like '03, and we just have a beautiful scene for music, great musicians, lots of shows, and it means a lot to me to be able to showcase music from this area, labels from this area. Not to mention, when I was doing my research last night, the things that I do to kind of prepare for this, I saw a picture of the lead musician. Crazy story, he actually gave me piano lessons way back when I was in my beat making days. I was learning piano, I was taking conga lessons at the time, I was learning about mixing. I really attack things, kind of like you see me do with this, but that's just always who I am, and so it was really neat to see that come full circle. Let's go ahead and take a look at the packaging real quick. There we go. I'm gonna rip this bad boy open. The record we are talking about is Rezin Tooth, Wax Thematic, okay? Now, before I get into the music and I talk about what's going on inside here, I really want to showcase the physical product that Wax Thematic puts out. First off, every time I get a package from Wax Thematic, I always see a nice cover like this. There's a hype sticker right here that tells a little bit about the record. And I just think that attention to detail to put it in this kind of packaging shows that they truly are what I would refer to as a boutique record label, very premium stuff. I'm always talking about attention to detail. That's because everyone that I deal with, that I mess with, they go above and beyond like this. So let's go ahead and take this off real quick, pull it out. The thing that I want to really showcase with this is how nice the album cover actually feels. This is not your cheap standard type of album sleeve. It looks really nice. It's almost like a matte finish. And I love the album artwork here. If this isn't going to stop you in a record store and get your attention to pick it up and look at the hype sticker or what's on back, I don't know what will. Absolutely love the album art here. For those that don't know, Rezin is Raegae dub, okay? This is Nathan Spicer's side project. And again, we're going to get into that later, but I'm not done talking about the physical product. So, great stuff. And I could do curls with this. This is 180 grams right here. This is heavy, okay? Maybe the best part about this record is the translucent green vinyl on 180 grams right here. It's a heavy slab of wax, very premium. I'm colorblind, but I always love naming, giving my own nickname to the color variants. So I'm calling this the Emerald City Green, Seattle, Washington, city I love. Totally love this, and this is just icing on the cake to me when you get a package like this, okay? So physical product, very premium, high quality stuff. Pulled out all the bells and whistles on this bad boy, going with the color variant. Great artwork. They always have great artwork on their records, and that's just a nod to Wax Thematic. All right, so into the music. From what I understood about this, and I found out about this record maybe a year ago, it was released January 10th, 2020. And I've always loved Raegae, I've always loved dub. I'm not deep in the genre, so I'm not going to try and fool you with that. But I have picked up Raegae and dub records over the course of my collecting years, and it's a sound that I've always loved. Why? Because there's a little essence of electronic, of hip-hop. I love the bass, I love the drums, and that echo sound that we know and love with Raegae, specifically dub music, the subgenre, has always just been something that I've loved. I pulled out some other records to kind of show you where I started with this. Let me see if we're even in here. Right, so when I think about, those that came before, leading the way, paving it, I think about this record right here, Upsetters 8, Super 8, etched vinyl, and I think about the man, Augustus Pablo, who was a dub producer. This is a great album. I got, hooked on Augustus Pablo through the melodica, right? The instrument that he plays, that I know Money Mark plays too, for those that don't know. So I love the sound. I think it's great music. And when I think about this record, it's very interesting, right? We've got 8 songs. I get a very chill, relaxing vibe with it, and at the same time, I also hear songs that I imagine I would hear it only if I was live, the way the track goes. And I say this, here's another cool fact, every song on the album is 4 minutes and 20 seconds. You do the math, you figure it out. So there's lots of space on these tracks to kind of have change-ups and so on like that. One thing I want to do real quick, and I have notes. So when I do this stuff, I'm always about, recognition, giving credit. And for those that don't know, Nathan Spicer, Seattle musician, legend as far as I'm concerned, killer keyboardist, part of the Polyrhythmics, another Seattle group, Afrobeat sound. He's joined on this album by, I want to say, almost a majority of the Polyrhythmics. And I want to call out Jason Gray, so that's bass, Grant Schroff, drums. He did a fantastic fantastic work on this album from start to finish. Nathan on the keyboards. We've got Lalo Bello on percussion. I absolutely love the percussion on this record. Shout out to Lalo. Art Brown on saxophone and Elijah Clark on trombone. The reason I call out everyone's name in the band, one, I want to make sure that folks are getting recognition. You heard me talk about it with White Blind's organ trio. You see a group name, but there's people behind it. And I want to, again, reposition the sun to shine the light on the stars. And I thought everyone that was a part of this project playing the music did a fantastic job. I'd say on all of the songs, they equally shine and have their moments to stand out. I've called out a couple of the folks. Like I said, the drums are great, the percussion's great, the guitars are good, the keyboard's awesome. This is an awesome dub/reggae record. And the cool little gem to know about this is it almost didn't come out. This was like a secret side project. And I would say between the time it was finished and the way that, networking happens and so on like that, Thematique was able to make this work, and they were able to put out a fantastic dub reggae record on the label with Seattle musicians. So this is a really special, unboxing for me to talk about this, having known Nathan, in my past and everything that I do and love with Thematique. I'm just really happy to be showcasing this. So we talked about the key players for me on this record. Like I said, very relaxing and chill. There's also times where I would imagine it's like a concert the way I'm hearing the song and the change-ups, and that's great. For me, I've got, I think, 4 songs that really stand out. Hetty Yeti, okay? And we're going to play all these, but I just want to talk about it. Love Hetty Yeti. The horn solo is epic in there. I really love this. To me, this was almost like a cinematic type of vibe. So I know we're talking, really relaxing on some tracks, but then others give me that cinematic feel. Love Rabbit Hole Dub. There's a killer drum break on here. And I'm shining the light on these takeaways that I found when I was listening to this, because I think this record is for everyone. I think if you're a hip-hop head, you'll love it, a crate digger, a sample junkie. And for those that know nothing about dub, this is a great record to just put on and relax to and, let it play in the background. Maybe my favorite track, and I'm kind of torn. I love Lago de Queso. The guitars and key in the very beginning is so money. Very chill vibe. Drummer's killer on every track. I kept playing this again this morning because I was hearing something when I was listening to the song, and I have more notes over here. What I heard with the very beginning of Lago de Queso was Sylvia's Show Nuff Boogie off the Sweet Stuff album. Now, I know you're probably going to trip out when I say that. Maybe you don't know who Sylvia is. Her music's been sampled in the hip-hop world. But the very beginning with the guitar, I got vibes of it. It was almost like they tried to slightly intertwine that into the music as like a little Easter egg gem for those that know kind of thing. And I absolutely love that. So that was special to me. Last but not least, I talked about how there's like some vibes on here where it's almost like you're at a concert with a change-up. So Five Lands dub, I really, really like that. Trippy ride, killer drums. And my note reminds me of something that you'd only hear live. So very, very cool record here. The album artwork is special. This is art. This physical product is art to me. And then they raised the bar with the translucent Emerald City variant vinyl. That's me just paying homage to Seattle and the city I love so much. What else do I want to say about this record? So we're going to do the standard post like we do. Be on the lookout. I told you everything is getting turned up a notch. And so I have a V2 design. It's an alternate that I'm going to start incorporating into the content that I share. You know, one thing that I want to be able to do is give you more information about the music, about the label. And this V2 design gives me the opportunity to add information about the album, about the group that's very tasteful and makes sense. So be on the lookout for that. I'd love to have your feedback if you like seeing that. To me, I think it's kind of the X factor, something that maybe has been missing. And with the Waxvillain brand, we're always trying to evolve and do things to drive more engagement, to bring our friends closer to the music and the musicians closer to our friends that love it so much. Because there's nothing like learning about, you know, the musicians and the labels and the inspiration behind the artwork to these records that we're bringing into our home and putting on our shelf. And to me, this tells a full story. You know, as a overarching, you know, theme to this record, again, I'm not a serious, deep in the genre of dub or reggae, but very much a blueprint vibe to me. I've done my research. I know enough about this to be dangerous, I guess. And I think that this is an awesome blueprint for those that love the dub sound, for those that might be getting into it. And again, you know, just as a collector of music, this is a record that I can already envision, you know, the times that I would take this out and play this. And because it's hometown love, I'm definitely going to be giving this spins. This is an album that I would pull off the shelf to show a friend the artwork and, you know, have deeper conversations about the music on here. But I think it's an outstanding job. I think it's another great record in the Wax Thematic catalog. And again, I left this record at the end thinking to myself, I wouldn't mind hearing, you know, part 2 of this. I think the last thing that was awesome for me about this unboxing and the work that I put into it is just the awareness of the polyrhythmics. So something that I got out of this, something that I think makes this record really special, is that Nathan is playing with the folks that he's used to. And I don't want to say this sounds Afrobeat because it doesn't, but there's something that has moved from that group and their flow together. I watched videos of them doing live shows, and I think the live shows are fantastic. To see that live is something that I would recommend to anybody, especially if you're from Seattle. I'm definitely going to be on the lookout once the concerts pop up again. But I think they're all on the same page. They're unified and they're equally giving each other time on each of these tracks. And you can say, okay, I see why this sounds so good. They're bringing over that vibe, that like I said, unified front from polyrhythmics over here. And I love the sound of what they do in that group. And I think this project is special because of that bond they have. And you can hear it. It's almost like, championship sounds with the polyrhythmics. They brought that same formula over here. And it really helps this album kind of elevate and pop out a little bit among, I think, some of the competition in that sub-genre of dub/reggae music. So please check out the polyrhythmics. Awesome sound. I know they're definitely on my radar. I'm watching out, for what's next. I think they dropped something in 2020, so definitely grab that. And I think it's an awesome listening experience to go from that record to this, see the similarities, the contrast, and be like, man, I see what Waxvillain is talking about. These guys are all masters of craft when it comes to what they bring to the table, but nothing will ever, be greater than the sum of the group effort. And I think that's why Rezin Tooth right here is a fantastic record. Totally love it. Very happy to share this with all of you. I hope you enjoyed it. Let's go ahead and spin some of the stuff that I've been talking about. So first off, we're going to go with Heady Yeti. Let's see here. Last one on the track. Okay. Here we go. Really great stuff on this one. There's a solo later on, but you can kind of hear the percussion, that signature dub sound that we know and love is here. just a really cool song. Let's switch it up. I want to go to, I'm going to go with Lago de Queso because I love that one. And I thought it's really cool. Track 7, let's see here. Here we go. I'm having a moment right here. Here we go. So listen to the beginning, right? I'm hearing that Show Enough Boogie by Sylvia on this. It sounds so good too. Super chill, really feeling that. All right, so man, that was a major brain fart. That's my bad, y'all. I'm colorblind and seeing the lines sometimes on the vinyl. It got me this time and it exposed me. All things aside, let's do Five Lands dub. The artist is Felix Vincent. Shout out to Felix. This is art, more than an album cover. So you can kind of hear the track Five Lands dub. I really stand by this record. Shout out to Nathan Spicer. Shout out to the Polyrhythmics. Shout out to Wax Thematic. Link is in the bio. It's available on Wax Thematic's site. Go support a label that I love, my hometown, Seattle, Washington. Check out Nathan Spicer, Nasty on the keys. Check out the Polyrhythmics. And check out this record that almost didn't even happen. Didn't even, see the light of day. Rezin Tooth, Wax Thematic, Seattle, Washington, Waxvillain, and I'm out.